Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. A sitting around the table with scab rendition. It's not going to be long. It's really not. I'm going to show y'all some knives. This one's from a very good knife company. I love this. Timbo 437 sent this to me to check out. Of course, it's razor damn sharp coming from Timbo. And Jacob from Very Good Knife Company makes a sharp knife too. But a very good knife company. Small maker, okay? Here's one I got to show you. This one, again, is from a Very Good Knife Company. The Last Huntsman Outdoors. Gabe is the designer on this. This is the Eagle. And this particular model actually spawned this video. And if I tagged you in it, if you have a channel or I tagged you, there's a reason for it. This one of my favorites. This is the Hunter by Heavy Set Knife Company. Jonathan over at Heavy Set's become one of my favorites. It's in Nitro V. I have a hard use video on this. The Jackalope by Exodus Knife and Tool, made by White River Knives, designed by Jacob Peterson. I adore this damn knife. Just bear with me. I'm going to show you a couple more and then we'll get into the heart of the matter. This is from Slick Knives. Now, Gabe, the Last Huntsman, sent me this knife to check out on behalf of Slick Knives. Really looking forward to this one. It's made in Spain. You can tell that. You can look at it, you can see it, and you can tell that it's made in Spain. There's just some classic tells there. Really good looking knife, really sharp knife. And the one thing that the Spaniards do amazingly well is their carry systems, their sheaths, their whole combo packages are insane. Slick Knives. There will be a review of that coming this week. One of my all-time favorite dudes, Jed Hornby, small maker out of Tennessee. This is the Choir Boys Camp Knife Sheep's Foot Edition. Love this, love Jed. Now, Jed's a different dude. He's a good old boy from Tennessee. Couple more, real quick. The William Collins Gray Man, designed by J.J. Morris and Mike Simmons from Fuel the Fires and Survival Dispatch and several other groups. Those guys designed a hell of a knife. It's a Kephart style, beefed up, more of a combat utility survival knife. And William knocked it out of the park with this one. Last one is this. This is the Beckwith Convert from Fisher Blades. Chaz, who I believe is one of the owners at Fisher Blades, will be joining Joe and I for Blade Talk pretty soon. The one thing that all of these knives have in common, they're all small makers, or they're all small knife companies. I'll show you one I just did a review of that I love. The Rhino from Shanzu. Eric Outer is the designer. Guys, here's the thing, and then of course there's Rosecraft and there's Work Tough Gear, who are small makers. Guys, here's where I'm at in this journey. These are the knives I want to show because these are the folks that I can help. All the big companies, Benchmade and SE and Cold Steel and all of these guys, right? Bark River even to a large extent. There's a lot of these companies that have plenty of exposure. They have plenty of folks doing reviews. They have plenty of folks doing stuff for them. They've got the money and capital to get it out there. Now, I have to say this very quickly. William Collins' book stays full. I just showed you Williams because he's one of my favorite makers and he's a small one-man show. I show a lot of knives, guys, that really can be hard to get. But they're hard to get because not from an exclusivity thing or they're just priced out of the ballpark, but they're small shops. They can be a boutique maker. They can be, a one-man deal. It can be a small, Work Tough Gear is an incredibly small company in Taiwan. He is a Taiwanese businessman who started a company, right? Can you imagine starting a knife company with that pressure, with everything that's going on over there, stepping out on faith? So I started showing Work Tough Gear long before they had as many reviewers as they have. And there's been several companies that I've told, if you need to send knives to somebody else and skip me, I'm fine. I'm good. I've got plenty of knives. I'm okay. I just the way I run my channel, I just don't worry about it a whole lot. Here's the thing. I have said over and over and over and over that for the vast majority of my life, I've been a huge piece of shit. Okay. I don't say that for people to go, oh, no, you're not. I mean, I know me, right? I know how I've lived. I know what I've done. I'm ready to help as many people as I can. One thing that I can do with this channel is help some of these guys. These guys are small makers who don't have that big push behind them. And I want you to understand something. I know that sometimes from time to time people can get frustrated. Oh, Scab, I wish you wouldn't show that. I want to get one. Man, look, I get it. I get it. I do. But here's the thing. If this run sells out pretty quick, like super fast, I can about guarantee you they'll do another run, right? If Jonathan, when he picks up, if the Hunter sells out quick, he's going to do another run. Work Tough Gear, one thing that you guys don't get, if they sell out of a knife quick, take that B44X with all the stuff around it, like with Reese from Well Regulated, the one he designed. I guarantee you there's more runs coming. Why? Because they sell out quick, and I understand your frustration. I do. I'm in a weird spot, right? Jed is a friend of mine. Jacob is a good dude. I don't know Jacob as well as I know some of the others, but I know he's a good dude who can make a knife. And I know that he's betting on himself. He's putting it all out there. I respect that. So if my little channel can get some traction and help these guys, man, that's what I want to do. And listen to me, because here's what people say. I know, I already know what they say. Oh, Coach, you get a free knife. I'm gonna drop a bombshell on you right here. I do not require a free knife to review it. I don't charge people for knife reviews. I refuse to do that. I refuse. There are some that do, okay? And I'm assuming they have a much bigger platform than I do, and they can do that. I don't. Not a pat on my back. I love knives. What do I get out of it? I get content. I get to play with knives that I probably wouldn't. Now, a lot of company gives me knives, or a lot of times I get the knives anyway. I make sure that I don't accept knives from every company. I turn down a lot because, and this part's important for me, I don't want to sink my life into every single company out there because I can get a knife. There comes a point where there's just too many knives. I've got rooms full. I don't need any more, right? I want to focus on a smaller group of small makers that I can help. If I get a knife, man, that's awesome. But here's what I get out of it. I get to test some badass knives. I get the content out of it, right? I get the traction out of it. So it's not me being Saint Scab. Trust me, it's not. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All I ask is if you're a maker, you be on the up and up, you be straightforward. That's very important to me. All of these men are. And you give me time to do the review. I'm not going to be rushed, and I'm not going to lie. That's why I do the reviews in the manner that I do. I show the knife work. And that is a constant thing in motion, trying to get better and better and better and better and better. And I realize that my skill set isn't the greatest. I tell y'all that all the time. That's not fake humility. But I challenge anyone to do what I do day in and day out and put it on camera. There's a lot of guys that have excellent knife skills. I've seen them. I've seen knife designers handle a knife. They try to film it, looks like a monkey humping a football. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So I show it this way so that you, who probably do have a better skill set than I do, if you see me working with it, you know what you can do with it. The things that I do on here are not abusive. I've told that way back. Why? I've said it a million times. If a knife breaks now on my channel, that's a problem. That's something you probably should worry about, right? I'm not here to break them. Don't want to. Don't see the point in it for me. There are channels that do that well. And that's why I always say every knife review has meaning. Lastly, have I been burned? Yes. Yes, I have. But I want you to understand something. The whole thing like would survive knives. People say, oh, you knew. I didn't know. I never took a knife from them. Not one knife, not one single solitary knife did guy ever send me. See, what you guys don't understand is this, or some folks don't understand is this. I don't have time to sit around and hang out in every damn knife group across the planet. I don't keep up with the gossip. I don't give a shit. I have a wife, a son, 2 grandchildren, a mom and dad who's getting older, and I work an hour from home. I have a life. And I've had people say, well, Scab, if I put the time in, you did well. Or if I had time, you wouldn't watch any other knife channel. I wouldn't allow it because I would flood the algorithm so much. There would be one me. I don't have time. That's the other reason and the other thing I want y'all to understand. I'm pulling way back. I know that I can get into the drama. I know I can. I'm guilty as charged. That's ending. I just don't have time for the shit. I wanted to stop. I wanted to talk to you a minute. Yes, I've been burned. And when we do these small companies, they're going to belly up because some of them will. The thing with Carnivore, they went out. I had no clue what all was going on behind the scenes because whether anybody believes it or not, I don't get involved with that shit. I don't receive paychecks from these people. I review the knives. Good knife. We go on. I had no idea. I was as floored as anybody. I just have to come on and eat it when I have to eat it. I'm not going to eat it with Survive because they never sent me shit, right? That's neither here nor there. I just want y'all to know, when you see knives on my channel, please don't get aggravated. We're trying to help somebody. We're trying to build something. We're trying to move forward. And I'm trying to help some folks achieve their dreams and in some way get some self-gratification from knowing that I help. I hope that explains it. Guys, I love you. God knows I do. There are 22 veterans today in this country took their own life at one point. That's why we focus on the number 0 here, because numbers, we can get into numbers too much, and anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Bets, we love you. You have a place here. I back the blue. It's not popular. I'm not here to be popular. I have my reasons. I'm not arguing with you. It's not worth arguing to me. It's my cause, not yours, clearly. Finally, if you are an addict, and God knows I am, struggle with it daily. Never quit quitting. Well, that's it. I hope it made sense. It probably didn't. If it did, it's not a Choir Boys video. Y'all have a great week. I love you. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son.